and you might know me as Zinnia Zauber as well. I'm an artist, instructor, and superhero. I'm a professor of multimedia communications at Peninsula College in Port Angeles, Washington, United States of America. Here's our website, my department. And today I'm going to share with you my experiences in digital storytelling courses where we work on a persistent project in Second Life. This is our 4th year on this project, and I've been teaching in Second Life for 10 years. You'll discover these slides at SlideShare so that you don't have to take notes or take pictures. Unless you want to take a picture of me, that's okay. And then also my website will have the presentation. Okay, so I've got a lot of slides to go through and a lot of text, and I may skip over a few things, but I wanted to be sure that I put as much text as possible out there so people can read it. So, feather in your cap. Imparting knowledge and acknowledgement is vital for encouraging curiosity and confidence in students. To hit a target, one must aim higher to reach their mark and earn a symbol of achievement. Increase challenges and custom learning outcomes with personalized projects that enhance motivation and demonstrates skill proficiency, ownership, and valued contribution. Now, I need to tell you I'm a poet, so you're going to have to deal with a lot of my insane sentences. Capability is the cap and earned feathers of our virtual creative problem solving and multimedia communications successes. So you'll see these hats in the future. Also, that we create challenges that focus on student motivation to energize and increase their learning potential. Here are our aims. So this is essentially a list of things that I want us to consider so that you can create your own means to award and recognize what the students have done in your classes. So we have develop a visual or increased access reward system to demonstrate students' accomplishments. Create virtual projects that have research, activity, expression, and reflection requirements built into them. Actively demonstrate abilities, shed fear, and gain acknowledgment. Empowers future generations with empathy, respect, and innovation. Reward creativity, collaboration, and communication, revealing students can see past the horizon if they rise to the challenge. We're going to cover these aspects, and you can learn more about how we apply these in my exhibit, Welcome Aboard Neo Steampunk Pirate Scholars. Has anyone visited? Here's the URL. You can use that later. And look for the lava and grab those gifts. Okay, let's go. Individualism. So the learning outcomes are collect, define, identify, and recognize. How many of you guys have to put together a lot of learning outcomes? Yes, we're becoming masters of them. So I've created an awesome list. This entire slide deck is full of learning outcomes for you. Okay? Okay, so create a storytelling theme that encourages students to demonstrate individualism through their avatar appearance. This is pretty crucial for us. Perception. Here's the learning outcomes for that. Classify, compare, distinguish, and interpret. So build a virtual environment and reward system based on the theme. Our theme at Peninsula College is that we're neo-steampunk pirates within a Washington coastal forest. Thank you, Buffy. I'll try to slow down. I got so much to share. I can't help myself. You know I'm a sprinter. So our mascot at Peninsula College is Pirate Pete. And so we've chosen to use the pirate theme along with steampunk because our students really like that. And we're neo so that we can have advanced technologies. Intelligence. These learning outcomes are analyze, chlorate, explain, and organize. So introduce your intention and what will be learned through this educational adventure. Does the student look like they're studying hard? Look at all that coffee they have to drink. Okay. And think about what your target is with your students. Responsibility. Learning outcomes are administrate, construct, demonstrate, and operate. Challenge students to learn to earn the achievement awards and require working together. So I don't have this in chat, but one student created these goggles and she had us all test them out for her. She's the egg. Verification. Learning outcomes. Conclude, critique, predict, and reflect. Validate their effort and achievements, then bestow the reward awards. Contribute. Learning outcomes, articulate, collaborate, design, and initiate. After the students succeed, they are required to do multimedia reflection projects, mentorship, and contribute to the story for the betterment of those who follow them. How am I doing on being a little slower for the slides to res? Okay. So a reminder that the slides are available. Well, I'm gonna assume, Buffy, they're gonna be intense because there's so many colors on them. So you know, part of what I have my students do is each week they have a reflective blog essay, and they produce videos, animations, booklets, and other interactive presentations. And our project is something that students get to achieve these feathers for through our digital storytelling project, which is in 12 steps based on the hero's journey. These steps and awards students can earn along the journey to add to their hats. Our virtual experience is a new student orientation to prepare students to join us at Peninsula College or a transformation that they've had in their life. This includes students going through this orientation, and then they also get to choose what area of study that they're interested in. Okay, the snowflake feather. So I mentioned the steps that we go through, so I'm going to try to get through these so that we have time to think about what you want to do. So step 1 is the ordinary world, and this refers to the hero's normal life at the start of the story before the adventure begins. The snowflake is a symbol of uniqueness and individuality. A snowflake is formed with water molecules and a bit of dust that freezes and grows to a one-of-a-kind pattern. While the water is the same substance, the dust causes very different patterns. The snowflake feather is earned by the hero who recognizes their desire to be distinctive and to make a difference. The gear feather. This is step 2, the call to adventure. The hero is faced with something that makes them begin their adventure. This might be a problem or a challenge that they need to overcome. The gear is a symbol of action and progress. A gear works with other gears in a system in order to generate an accomplishment greater than their own singular rotation. Gears only work when they are connected. The gear feather is earned when the hero gets in gear, connecting with cohorts while actively moving toward their goal. The compass feather. Step 3, refusal of the call. The hero attempts to refuse the adventure because they are afraid. This could be a barrier they fear will hold them back, or an actual one that they will find solutions for. The compass is a symbol of finding one's direction and means to move forward. A compass is a navigational tool that relies on Earth's magnetic fields and is a magnetized needle to always point toward the North Pole. The compass feather is earned when the hero plots their course, prepares for exploration, and is guided by their internal compass principles. Helm feather. Step 4, being with the mentor. The hero encounters someone who can give them advice and ready for them for their journey ahead. They will gather resources and learn from experienced heroes and allies who want to succeed as well. The helm is a symbol of steering and taking a firm grip of controlling one's own destiny. The ship helm pilots the direction a ship will take, and the hero seeking mentors who have navigated these seas before. Thank you, Lair. The helm feather is earned when the hero discovers influential mentors and concentrates on their voyage. The star feather. Step 5, crossing the first threshold. So the hero leaves their ordinary world for the first time and crosses the threshold into adventure in this extraordinary world. This new world has unlimited opportunities, and we consider this when the students are starting classes. The star is a symbol of imagination and luminous inspiration. In the darkness, each hero has lofty goals to reach for, and the inspiring bright star lights their way to make those wishes accessible. The star feather is earned when the hero identifies their scholastic pursuits and achievable dreams. The crossed arrows feather. Step 6. Test allies, enemies, and the hero learns the rules of the world during this time. Now this is always very interesting. The students really like to work on this step. And so I'm looking at my time and I want to be sure I get through these. So I may just continue to give you guys the text, but may not say everything. So the crossed arrows are a symbol of friendship. This is an American tribal sign that demonstrates competing tribes are stronger as allies and more secure with a united protection. The crossed arrows feather is earned when they recognize the strength of friendship over rivalry and participate in the efficiency of teamwork. Big on teams. Magnifying glass feather, just step 7. The adaptation and approach. Now don't panic if you don't see the images. The magnifying glass is a symbol of searching and evaluating by taking a closer look at things. Perspective and understanding changes based on opinion, inspection, and research. The hero earns a magnifying glass feather when they examine their intentions and investigate diverse methodologies. So a different perspective. The lifesaver feather. So this is step 8, the ordeal. Dun dun dun. The lifesaver is a symbol of safety, rescue, and buoyant device for keeping people afloat. A lifesaver is thrown to a person in the water to avoid drowning. The hero earns the lifesaver feather when they have demonstrated consideration and compassion for those who are overwhelmed or reveal their own resilience in rough waters. The quill feather. And this is step 9, the reward. The quill is a symbol of artistic hands-on techniques and being the author of your own story. A scribe uses a quill with a metal nib to retain sharpness. The hero earns the quill feather when they personally reflect through writing or creative expression that they have learned beyond the assigned educational outcomes. So they do a little bit more, bonus plus points. The butterfly feather. And this is step 10, the road back. And this is a lot about transformation and what they experience after they start going to school, that they realize that they may not connect with those who they used to. The butterfly is a symbol of personal transformation and shedding of the past. Experiences go from egg to crawling caterpillar to evolving chrysalis to flying butterflies that change their being and alter their environment. The hero earns the butterfly feather when they articulate their metamorphosis through education and endurance that it took to change. This is also a very popular step for students to work on. The watch feather. So this is step 11, the resurrected hero. So this is when they have their final test and they got to get through everything. And you can imagine, this is when, they're coming up against graduation. They may have to decide what they're going to do next. The watch is a symbol of the passage of time and that every second counts. Timepieces demonstrate the progress of existence and perceivable impact on others through progressive phases that affect the possible future. The hero earns the watch feather when they observe and predict what they can accomplish in their lifetime. The anchor feather. So this is our final step, step 12. The return with the elixir. So this is when the student comes back to the ordinary world to apply their knowledge, and they become the mentors for the next group of people. The anchor is a symbol of new adventures and a safe harbor to return to. The weighted anchor, when cast overboard, keeps the ship from running adrift. The hero earns the anchor feather when they are a reliable, steadfast supporter and mentor to new heroes on the journey. Okay. So, roles. So each student takes on a different role as a multimedia creator. They learn aspects of each and tend to focus on one or two of the roles. You can see that they are connected with my other superhero systems. Oops, sorry, I didn't give you the slide there. So you can see that we have do in the red corner, which is the creator, developer, and artist. Express in the yellow corner, connect, trainer, and coordinator. observe in the green quarter, curator, influencer, and author. And analyze in the blue corner, coder, administrator, and tinker. Which one are you? My digital storytelling students are currently creating achievement awards for the Peninsula College's Guided Pathways of Area Studies. Oops, twice. Okay. So Dusty has created a theater mask, artistic socks, and high-top sneakers in our Arts and Communications area study. She also is developing a shop to sell classmates' work. Ron connects and supports our veteran students and the college staff in the clubhouse that he established on our coastline. You can come and get some of his postcards here as rewards. In this you can see Echo's cup that influences visitors by making them feel welcome and to relax. And Thomas made a stylus that looks like a magic wand to encourage new students to learn new skills with new tools. And we had a funny thing with Thomas's magic wand. I encouraged him to make a magic wand stylus, and in my mind I was thinking it was going to be like a fairy godmother magic wand, but he went with the magician one. It was all about interpretation. And Clara prepares to administrate a marketing campaign as part of her multidisciplinary multimedia communications honor project. So she's out there taking pictures of what we're doing in the classroom and in world. Now, how will you enhance achievement and recognition in your classroom? So stay on target. Now, I meant to take a picture of my car's license plate. I have stay on target on the back side from Star Wars, and from the Star's knowledge from Star Trek on the front. So let's talk about how you can start developing your own. So you want to define your learning outcomes, choose a story theme, develop rewards and awards, and involve and challenge students. T. Here are some words to inspire your students and for you to build a system. So you don't have to do all of these things, but I'd like to play with words and find words that are appropriate. So teamwork is a big one in my classroom. Do you like any of these words? Awesome. A. Autonomy and agency are very important to me. Giving students ownership in their learning. So I'm big on, asking them what they want to learn, what they want to do, what they want to accomplish, and customize their experiences accordingly. R. Building relationships. Like networking, what we're doing here at the conference. Responsibility is a big one for me too. G. Grit. Never give up. Never surrender. So it's really important to encourage students to keep going. E. So I reward effort. I always tell the students, turn something in. Just do something. They can always go back and improve. T. We're all in this together. So I had to come up with 2 T lists, right? Excellent. So here's our list again. And I look forward to hearing how you would apply this system with others for your students' caps. So here's our aims again, and I wanted to be sure that we had enough time that we could go over things again and get some ideas of how you would apply them. So let's talk it out. So develop a visual or increased access reward system to demonstrate students' accomplishments. So what do we mean by that?
Usually they have the opposite problem.
What would you like to see them accomplish or give them more access? Have you done this in the classroom? Do you let them build things? Yeah. Self-discovery and autonomy. Yes, very important. Giving them ownership. Absolutely. Excellent, Claire. Through the process of our hero's journey, I've given the students a main, guideline of what they're going to be aiming for and what our themes are throughout. And it's amazing the stories that they add to it. Zeppelin. Okay, creative research between instructor and students. Yes, absolutely. I gave Clara, who you saw a picture of, the project to research to find out what the symbolism of all the animals are in our world, because she kept asking me to add more animals, so I made her do some work on that. Apprenticeships, absolutely. Excellent there. Okay, so if we're going to create a virtual project that's going to have research, activity, expression, and reflection requirements, what would you want to build into that? So if you think about like one thing that you want them to accomplish. Fun! Yes! Oh, yes, Buffy. Oh, that's great, Zeppelin. Yeah, that's an excellent goal to develop a TED Talk. Awesome. How many of you guys like to have quests, adventures, and hunts built into your systems? Awesome. Getting the grade is not that big of a whoop. You didn't hear me say that. So, so yes, Beth, the feathers are similar to giving badges, and they're not a requirement to be able to move forward to the next step. The feathers end up being something a little special, like they have to make extra effort to earn those feathers. And because my students also earn badges, which are buttons that I create, they know that they're two different things. Yes, we definitely have heroic things happening. My students are superheroes. No capes. That's a good question. We live in the most remote location in the lower 48. Okay. See, I live on the Olympic Peninsula, and from our campus we can see Canada. So, and we live, pretty remotely. And so a lot of our stories deal far more with, personal stories, but we also have integrated a lot of our tribal stories. Our campus is the first campus that had a longhouse built on it, and 10 tribes worked together to build that longhouse. And it's a learning space for us in the classroom. And if you saw the picture of the students sitting around the fire, they actually have that fire area for storytelling behind our longhouse. Yeah. I'm very fortunate that the college has supported my work on digital storytelling. Awesome, this is great to hear. Okay, so how do we actively demonstrate abilities, shed fear, and gain acknowledgement that empowers these future generations with empathy, respect, and innovation? So think of like one activity that would accomplish this. Would it be something that they go out in the community and participate with social community services? Could it simply be something that they stand up in front of the class and teach their classmates? Maybe they invite someone to learn how to use the computer. All kinds of opportunities. Okay, and then we got reward creativity, collaboration, and communication that reveals students that they can see past their horizon and they can rise to their challenges. So let's see what you got, Zeppelin. Small group discussions. Yes, first name. Excellent. Oh, that's good. So do you show them an article or do you have the students bring an article? Ah, okay, excellent. Yeah, there's a number of our classes on campus where they're trying to have the students learn more about doing research and being able to express and defend why they would support such things. Excellent. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. I think I'm at my end here. So were there any slides that you wanted to look at again? Okay, all of them, right? And to remind you they're available. So I'll get to that, and then I want to also open up for some questions. I really you want to see the one for the quill? Okay, let me backtrack for you. It's so pretty, right? Purple, I know. Okay. This one? Or the other one? Okay. There you go. How's that? Okay. Yeah, so a lot of you guys know that, my work's also about the psychology of color and communication. And so, all of these different systems that I build, they're built on top of each other. And I have to build systems of, things that are in sets of 4s or 6 or 12 or 24, 40. Yeah, big leap there. And I'm really grateful that every time I get a chance to present, it gives me a chance to remind myself that these systems exist and that I need to articulate them. So I appreciate you guys having a chance to share as well. So I'm going to finish up what I've got for my text here. To aim higher and to reach your goals and to put a feather in your cap. And thank you very much.